To you, Pisces, welcome to Meenakshi Tarot. This is your weekly tarot reading for the third week of August. So I hope you guys are well. Life's been kind to you. So as per normal, please take what resonates with you, and what does not resonate with you, please look at your moon, your Venus, and your rising. So Scorpio, you've got the King of Wands energy, so you could have fire in your chart. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. You could have this person in your space as well. You got the Star, Aquarius energy in reverse, Empress in reverse, Two of Pentacles. So some of you could be in a situation now where you need to look at how you're viewing things, looking at what is happening in your personal space. Some of you could also be dealing with somebody, or you yourself could become a very difficult person to deal with. So you need to be very mindful of this. Are you becoming intolerant? Are you somebody that cannot be asked for advice or moral guidance? Have you just lost the plot in life? Pisces, is this you, or are you dealing with somebody who's like this, who's become very difficult to manage or to handle? So be mindful of what is happening around you. We see that some of you have planted a lot of good seeds, so you're looking at this harvest that you have. You could be having a situation where there's a lot of things that have happened around you. So you are looking at what it is that you have, to focus on, and what is actually coming into fruition. We could see that you could also be having a situation where some of you, you're thinking to yourself, you have all these things coming into fruition. However, what are you facing here? You're facing a situation where, I kicked over this camera, where you could be also feeling as though you are being cheated out of what is rightfully yours. You could be feeling as though you are being overlooked. Other people are getting praised, and they're putting up blocks in your path when there's just this rigidity in your life. Things are so rigid that you can't even allow yourself to expand. So you got to be mindful. Are you doing this to yourself, or is somebody else doing this to you? What is going on here for you, Pisces? Be mindful of this energy. There could be a lot of misinformation and manipulation happening. You need to be very careful of this. You got to be careful of people that are just gossiping, of people that are naysayers and full of drama. So you got to be very mindful of the situation. Could be a disconnect in a personal relationship as well. We see something happening here where some of you could be going through a very testing time in a personal relationship. This is a one-on-one relationship with somebody. Could be a love situation, could be a friendship, could be but it's definitely something where it used to be a very happy situation, but now there's a lot of disharmony in the relationship. There's a lot of betrayal. There's a lot of things that are supposed to be kept confidential are not being kept confidential. So you find yourself feeling very unhinged. You've got this Hangman in reverse, so you really are feeling very unhinged, and it's really a case of you having to examine your attitude. You need to gain a fresh perspective about what is happening. You could be feeling as though things are not the way it's supposed to be. Some of you could be caught up with materialism. You need to be very mindful of that. You need to become more conscious of yourself and approach your issues and your problems with a bit more consideration. So we see this coming through here. There is this energy of selfishness, almost, I can say. This energy of not wanting to look at the bigger picture. So what is going on here for you? A lot of you could be missing a lot of good opportunities because of this attitude. You could be very unrealistic in your expectations. You could be also, you got to be mindful of people that are also overreaching, or you got to be mindful of yourself. Are you overreaching in your situations? It's very easy to get caught up. Yes, we're supposed to dream and have big dreams, but there's also a difference between reality as well. You need to look at your reality of your situation. Some of you could be in a situation where you might be so mindful of not becoming overbearing to those around you. Some of you got to be so careful of not allowing emotional blackmail to take over your actions. The Sometimes, you can become so stifling and create so much of problems, and rather than having bliss, there's this discontentment. Be careful of how you are creating the stability and balance within your home. And I mean, this Two of Pentacles talks about that. Be so mindful of creating balance and stability. Maybe just focusing on one or two things at a time, and not taking on too much, not taking on more than you can actually cope with, or more than you can actually accomplish. So there's a lot that's going on for you. Now, be careful, Pisces, of not having an attitude of entitlement. It's very easy to say, I've worked for this is mine, and be very mindful of not creating this mentality of lack within your environment. Let's see what's fallen out. You've got the Queen of Wands here. It's really, it's fire energy here. Like I said, could be in your chart. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius could be dealing with the situation. You've got Three of Swords in reverse, Ten of Pentacles in reverse, Queen of Swords, air energy here. That is Aries, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini energy here. Eight of Swords in reverse, Knight of Pentacles in reverse, Three of Pentacles in reverse, the Judgment in reverse. A lot of issues that you're going through. Four of Wands twice in reverse. So definitely, this is a message for you here. You've got the Four of Wands twice in reverse. So you definitely are going through a phase where you are feeling quite ungrounded. You are having this lack of stability within yourself and your situations. You need to realize that this Queen of Wands energy could be a part of your energy, realizing that you do have a good understanding and instinct about what is going on around you. You need to be mindful of this, or you could be having somebody in your space that is like this, where they are very mindful of how they're handling situations, and they're very careful with how they interact with other people. You need to be very, careful with yourself. Be careful of how you're handling situations. Could be a lot of anxiety right now. Some of you could be going through some form of separation, and it could be causing some of you distress. Some of you could be going through a phase of feeling absolute distress. There could also be some issues when it comes to finances. I mean, it's coupled with this Four of Wands in reverse. You've got the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So definitely some sort of financial issues that are coming out. Be mindful, are you not being restrictive towards younger energies, towards younger people in your space? Are you not trying to dictate relationships and situations by using your financial influence? Be mindful of all of this, Pisces. What is going on in your space? Some of you need to be very careful with this Queen of Swords energy, if it's reflective of you or if it's reflective of somebody else that's in your space. With this Queen of Swords energy, you got to be so mindful. Are you being manipulative? Are you being sarcastic in the way you're reacting towards people? Or is there somebody in your space that is being really quite like a slayer of dragons? There are no dragons, and you're just going around just chopping people's heads off because you are in a state of distress and being upset about what is happening in your space, in your life. Be mindful of this. Sometimes, if you're facing adversity, you got to be so mindful of not mishandling your situations. You got to be so mindful of not becoming so extreme. You got to be so mindful of not blaming yourself and blaming other people, and just understand that you really need to think about what is going on. You cannot allow your emotions to run riot. You need to be observant. You need to look at these things clinically. You need to say, how can I fix my situation? Okay, did you get that? So we got this Knight of Pentacles as well in reverse. It's about, you must be so mindful about this passive aggressive attitudes, doing little and expecting a lot in return. Are you becoming like that? Are you somebody who's, using your financials or your financial acumen to bait people? You offer treats with, but you do it from a place of skepticism. You're not sincere in what you're doing. You're misusing your financial power. You're misusing what you have. Be very mindful of how you are in your situations. We see that some of you may be suffering from a bit of bad planning. Your ego might be in a very bad place. And sometimes you need to start again. Sometimes that trying to avoid a situation, trying to avoid things and just want to party all night is not going to help you. It's not going to help you. You cannot run away from the realities of what you have to face. And so often we don't want to face our truths, and we want to say, maybe some other time, another day. But unfortunately, Pisces, you can't ignore what is happening right in front of you, so you need to face the music. This is also, you could be dealing with situations that are so unexpected and unwanted, and some of you could also be putting yourself in a situation where you are feeling guilty because you've been mishandling your things, you've been mishandling what has been happening, and living with yourself and living within the dynamics of your situation has made it very difficult for others. You have to be in a place where you need to learn to accept the consequences of your choices and your actions. Sometimes you need to just make a decision. Sometimes you need to make a decision and stick to that decision and not be wishy-washy, keep wanting to change your mind about things, and realize that unfortunately what you thought is supposed to be yours most probably is not going to be yours. No matter how cheated you may feel, no matter how much you think you put in the effort and the time for something that you think is supposed to be yours, if it's not meant for you, it's not meant for you, and no amount of forcing is going to cause this to be yours. So Pisces, it's also learning to accept that there's some form of defeat that you need to accept in your situations, because you're just making yourself and everybody around you very miserable because of this attitude that you are having. So let's draw some more cards here. See what more this tarot have to say for you. This is very intense, Pisces. Some of you are going through some very heavy drama, some very, very heavy drama. So heavy drama, yeah. So you got the Nine of Wands, got the Sun card. I mean, look at that. That is so promising that even after heartbreak, you can have the Sun card. You got the Moon energy. That is your energy. That is your energy, Pisces. You got the Star card, Aquarius energy. Four of Wands. Attitude determines the outcome. You got the Emperor, Aries energy here. Wow. Look at this Five of Wands energy here. Ace of Cups energy here. And Seven of Pentacles. If you just let go of this holding on to things and accepting situations and allowing yourself to evolve and to change, what do we see happening here? We see that you have the wisdom and the courage to face whatever's coming towards you. That you have this knowledge, and you know what? You can overcome these challenges and these difficulties. You can find this bliss and this joy and move into this joyful period in your life. Embracing the newness, letting the sun shine in all the dark parts of yourself, and allowing yourself to grow and to be successful. But with this Moon energy as well, it is your energy. You need to realize, don't allow yourself to become overwhelmed with situations. Don't allow yourself to be caught up in what ifs and should have beens, and caught up in dreams and illusions. See the things for what they are. Don't allow yourself to drown in your pain and in your misery. The Star card tells you that there is hope. You can have hope for your dreams, but know that but you need to know the Moon and the Star. You need to be realistic. You got the Sun, the Star, and the Moon. Earth elements, beautiful elements. You need to understand that if something is not meant for you, no matter how much you try to force it, no matter how much you dream about it, no how much you manifest it, if it's not meant for you, you can't make it a reality. You can write as many positive affirmations, and this is what we need to understand. We need to understand if something is not meant for you, you cannot force it. But there are some things that are meant for you, and when it's meant for you, you will feel it deep within you. Not in your conviction where you convict yourself that this is what I want and this is what I need. Let it flow from you and allow it to flow so that you can hold on to the essence of yourself and the essence of who you are, and become the true version, the best version of yourself. And find this joy within yourself again, Pisces. Having some fun, bringing this joy. Some of you most probably could do with going to the fair, having some fun at the fair. Go and do something where there's a lot of fun. Go to the circus if you have a circus in town. If the circuses come to town, go and have some fun. Be a child again, enjoy, go to the park, go play on the swings, climb the jungle gym, just have some fun, innocent childlike fun. You find yourself getting into this Emperor energy, this Aries energy. A lot of players in your space as well. Getting into this Aries energy and being able to make some decisions, looking at your life as a chessboard and making strategic decisions for yourself. But also realizing that cooperation from others is very important. Opening yourself up to being cooperative, to being part of the bigger picture. Opening your heart up to love, allowing love to flow from yourself and doing your things from a place of love. And you will see that if you can operate from a place of love, Pisces, everything that you are planting and that you are nurturing, you will see it grow. Remember, from a place of love, if you nurture, things will grow. Not from a place of deception, not from a place of lying to oneself. So be very mindful of this, Pisces. Let's see, what does Energy Oracle have to say for you, Pisces? What does Energy Oracle have to say for you? Okay, let's see, what does Energy Oracle? Yes, you need to be Archangel, third chakra, Archangel Chamuel. Be firm with yourself. Know what it is that you want. Have an understanding about your goals and your vision for yourself. Know that. And however, you've got anxiety as well. You need to be very, very mindful of not creating problems where there are none. Affirming yourself in a positive way, but not being anxious, but also be very mindful of deceit and dishonesty in your space. People are not always telling you the truth, so be mindful of that. Be mindful of you speaking your truth. Be mindful that you are not the dishonest person. Show your appreciation for what you have. See all that you have and be appreciative of what you have. Some of you could be facing some indecision, maybe wanting what you want versus, realizing that sometimes what we want is not actually meant for us. So you need to realize and you need to consider, you need to think about this, Pisces. What is the situation you're finding yourself? You need to make some choices, Pisces. Be very clear when it comes to your circumstances, but also have gratitude in your life. So let's see, what does Sacred Traveler have to say here for you? What does Sacred Traveler have to say here for Pisces? Sacred Traveler have to say for Pisces? You have this mystic healing, rejuvenating rain, and overcoming obstacles. You need to realize that you need to allow healing to happen within yourself first. Acceptance starts with you first. Love starts with you first. You need to allow yourself to rejuvenate, allow yourself to heal. You need to let go of the past. And in letting go of the past, you can heal your present situations. Let go of this anxiety, the stress that you have. And by doing all of this, you can overcome your obstacles. You can move forward in your life. Some of you seem to be very stuck, and you could be stuck in bitterness, anxiety, stress. You could be stuck in the past. You could be stuck in wishful thinking. So be very mindful of all of this, Pisces. You don't want to stay stuck in situations that don't serve you anymore. So be honest with yourself, be truthful with yourself, and take these steps to move forward. Let's see what the Starseed Oracle have to offer you for advice. Yeah. The Starseed Oracle have to say here for Pisces. Okay, what does Starseed have to say? Karmic relationships. You need to understand that many of you are going through a situation where you are having karmic relationships, karmic ties. And it's through these situations where there are differences. There's this goodness, there's badness for some of you. Something could feel very bad. It's in knowing rain that we can appreciate sunshine. It's knowing sadness that we can appreciate joy. So this is the polarity of emotions. We have these karmic relationships, and sometimes these soulmate relationships come into our lives to teach us. Sometimes there's conflict in this relationship, and we keep repeating the cycle because we're not learning the lesson. So this is where you need to learn it. You need to learn the lesson within that relationship. You'll know the difference between a soul tie. You'll know the difference between a twin flame relationship. Most of us don't meet our twin flames. Some of us only have our soul tie relationships where there's this constant conflict and learning. So you need to differentiate the difference. So even in these conflict situations, it's not a bad thing. It's moments for you to learn. You're having these situations because you need to learn about yourself, and you need to learn about the other person. And you also need to learn to let go. It's very important that you learn, Pisces, when to let go so that you can allow your soul to grow. It's important for that, to take stock of yourself and your situations. So Pisces, I do hope you have enjoyed this reading. Please remember to subscribe to my channel and to share my videos. Until next week, please take care and goodbye.